Welcome to Season 1, Episode 8 of the SportsAnalysisAI.com podcast, where today we're going to explore advanced bankroll management. We will be reviewing strategies to see how professional sports bettors might improve their results. For a written transcript of this podcast or to access our AI-generated sports predictions, visit our website at SportsAnalysisAI.com. And now your hosts, Ava and Andy.
Sports betting is not just about picking a winning team. It's a strategic dance between risk and reward. Just like a jockey steering a racehorse, you need to steer your bankroll in the right direction. Trust me, you do not want to end up flat broke, wandering the streets muttering about that last-minute touchdown or that missed free throw.
But before we embark on this journey, remember, there's no foolproof method to guarantee winnings. If there was, I would have retired to some tropical island long ago, sipping margaritas and counting my stacks of cash. However, what I'm about to share with you will help minimize those ups and downs, ensuring smooth sailing as you navigate the unpredictable seas of sports betting.
Now, before you dive headfirst into the exhilarating world of sports betting, take a good, hard look at your financial situation. First things first, you should know exactly how much cash you're going to be playing with. No sense in throwing around money that you can't afford to lose. Take a look at your bank account, your savings, your rainy day fund, and figure out what you can comfortably allocate to your sports betting adventures. I know it's tempting to go all in and put every last penny on that surefire winner, but trust me, it's a recipe for disaster. Sports betting can be unpredictable, just like life. You never know when a favored horse might blow it or when the underdog team might pull off a stunning upset. You need to spread out your bets and manage that bankroll wisely.
Here's a little secret. Divide your bankroll into units. Little pieces of the pie. Let's say you have yourself a cool $1,000 to play with. You can divide it into 100 units, each worth $10. This way, you're not risking it all on a single bet. Instead, you're spreading your bets across different races or games, giving yourself a better shot at coming out on top.
Now that we've got our betting bankroll settled and our financial situation assessed, it's time to talk strategy. This is where the rubber meets the road, where the real magic happens in sports betting. First off, understanding the ins and outs of different betting strategies is key. You have to find one that suits your style and works with your goals.
The single bet strategy. This one's as simple as it gets. You place your bets on individual games or events and focus on finding the best value bets. It's all about quality over quantity. The trick here is to do your research like a hawk, analyzing teams, players, past performances, injuries, you name it. Look for those hidden gems, those odds that don't quite reflect the true potential of a team or player. When you find them, pounce on them like a hungry lion. It may not be the flashiest strategy, but it's one that can yield steady and consistent returns.
The parlay power. Here's a strategy with a bit more spice. Parlays are where the fun really begins. With a parlay, you're combining multiple bets into one, giving you the chance to win big with a smaller investment. Picture this. You've got a few juicy underdogs in mind for the day. Instead of betting on each one separately, you bundle them up in a parlay. It's like hitting the jackpot when they all come through. But remember, playing with parlays is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. One wrong step, and poof, there goes your whole bet. So save those parlays for those days when you're feeling good and ready to embrace a little risk.
Specializing in a niche. The niche strategy, a little treasure trove for those who dare to venture into uncharted territory. Instead of trying to tackle every sport or every betting market, focus on a niche, an area where you can become an expert. Maybe it's MMA fights or the WNBA, whatever floats your boat. By diving deep into a niche, you can spot opportunities that others might miss. Believe me, the bookies can overlook a lot in these niches, and that's where you swoop in like a hawk and snatch up those sweet wins.
Now, remember, a betting strategy isn't a crystal ball. It won't guarantee you wins every single time. But what it will do is give you direction, structure, and a better chance at success. One of the most important components of any strategy is flexibility. The sports world is ever-changing. Teams rise and fall, players get injured, hot streaks turn into cold slumps. That's why you must adapt. Stay on top of the latest news and developments, adjust your strategy accordingly, and know when to pivot. In the world of betting, risks are inevitable. But that doesn't mean you should bet your entire retirement fund on a long shot. Instead, focus on calculated risks.
Setting betting limits. Setting betting limits is a crucial part of managing your bankroll. You can't just go willy-nilly throwing your hard-earned cash at every bet that catches your eye. First, determine a betting limit for each race or game, never more than 5% of your bankroll. Remember, we're playing the long game here, so don't go blowing your entire stash on one race, no matter how confident you feel. I've seen even the surest things go south in this business.
Here's a little tip. Start small. If you're just dipping your toe into the betting waters, don't go splashing around like a maniac. Set a limit that won't leave you crying into your mint julep if things don't go your way. I know that sports betting can get your heart pounding and your palms sweaty. It's hard to resist the thrill of chasing those big wins. That's why it's vital to have an upper limit on your bets as well. Look, I get it. We all want that Cinderella story of striking it big. But let's be real here. Keep your bets within a reasonable range.
Now, how do you decide on these limits? It's all about self-awareness. Take a good, hard look at your bankroll and determine what you can comfortably afford to lose. Once you've set those limits, stick to them like your life depends on it. Trust me, temptations will arise. There will be bets that seem too good to pass up, but remember, discipline is key. Don't let FOMO, that's fear of missing out, cloud your judgment.
Now, I know what you're thinking. What if my limits seem too low? Shouldn't I just bump them up a little? I certainly understand the temptation, but bumping up those limits without careful consideration is like betting on a three-legged horse. It's just asking for trouble. Instead, focus on improving your betting skills, analyzing the races, and finding those juicy opportunities with better odds. That's how you'll build up that bankroll and have some room to breathe. Be patient, and the wins will come.
So, let's recap. Set both a lower and upper limit for your bets. Be realistic about what you can afford to lose, and don't let emotions or FOMO get the best of you. Stick to those limits like glue and focus on growing your bankroll through smart analysis and strategic betting.
Here we come to a crucial part of managing your bankroll in sports betting: keeping proper records. Accurate records is like having a secret weapon in your betting arsenal.
Picture this. You're out having a few beers with your buddies after a successful day at the track. You're ecstatic with your winnings, but you can't remember exactly how much you won or which bets were the most successful. Fast forward to the next day, and you're scratching your head, trying to recreate the magic of your winning strategy. Well, guess what? Without proper records, you're just shooting arrows in the dark.
Keeping track of your bets and their outcomes is crucial for several reasons. First and foremost, it helps you analyze your performance and identify strengths and weaknesses in your betting strategy. Without records, you won't know if you're consistently making the right picks or if certain types of bets are more profitable for you. Plus, proper records allow you to spot trends and patterns. You might notice that you have a knack for picking winners in certain types of bets or that you struggle with particular tracks or teams. Armed with this knowledge, you can adjust your strategy and focus on areas where you have a higher chance of success. How do you keep these records? Well, it's quite simple. You can use a good old-fashioned notebook and pen, or if you prefer the digital world, there are plenty of apps and software available for record keeping. Find the method that suits you best, but make sure you're consistent.
Now, what information should you include in your records? Here are a few key elements to consider. Date and time of the bet. This helps you track your betting activity over time and identify any particular patterns related to timing. Type of bet. Whether it's a win, place, show, or exotic bet, make sure you note down the type of bet you made. This will help you evaluate the profitability of different bet types. Selection and odds. Keep a record of the horse or team you bet on, as well as the odds at the time of the bet. This information is crucial for evaluating your betting strategy and identifying areas for improvement. Stake and potential return. Write down the amount you wagered on each bet and the potential return if you were to win. This will help you track your overall financial performance and assess your risk-reward ratio. Outcome of the bet. Of course, you can't forget to record whether your bet won or lost. This is the crucial piece of information that allows you to calculate your profit or loss. Finally, remember to update your records promptly after each bet. Trust me, trying to reconstruct your betting history days later is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded, frustrating and bound to end in disaster.
Now it's time to talk about one of the most crucial aspects of sports betting: bankroll preservation and growth. You see, it's not just about picking winners and cashing in those tickets. It's about managing your funds wisely and making sure that your bankroll lasts longer than a racehorse's career. Bet with discipline. Just like a jockey needs discipline to control a horse, you need discipline to control your bets. Set clear rules for yourself and stick to them. Don't let emotions or a sudden burst of confidence sway you into reckless wagers. Trust me, even the best in the business can have a losing streak, so it's important to bet within your means and avoid impulsive decisions.
Take calculated risks. In the world of betting, risks are inevitable. But that doesn't mean you should bet your entire retirement fund on a long shot. Instead, focus on calculated risks. Do your research, analyze the odds, and identify value bets that offer a good potential return. Remember, it's about making smart investments, not blindly throwing money at every racehorse that catches your eye.
There are a few techniques that can help you preserve and grow your bankroll. One popular approach is the unit system. This involves assigning a specific monetary value to each unit, typically a small percentage of your overall bankroll, and betting a fixed number of units on each wager. This way, you can manage your risks while still having the opportunity to hit it big with a well-placed bet.
Avoid chasing losses. The dreaded chasing of losses. We've all been there. You suffer a few losses in a row, and that little voice inside your head tells you to keep betting, to make up for the losses. But let me tell you, chasing losses is a downward spiral that will only lead you to the poorhouse. Instead, take a step back, reevaluate your strategy, and remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Stick to your plan, and eventually, the wins will come.
Now, here's a concept I want you all to pay close attention to: the power of compounding. It's a magical force that can turn small and consistent gains into substantial profits over time. As your bankroll grows, consider gradually increasing your unit size, allowing your winnings to compound and create a snowball effect. Just like a snowball rolling downhill, your bankroll can grow bigger and bigger, leading to bigger and better payouts.
This rule should be etched in stone. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. I've seen too many wannabe high rollers crash and burn because they threw caution to the wind. You gotta be smart and disciplined. Set aside a betting budget that won't leave you eating scraps from the racetrack cafeteria. Use a systematic approach to determine your stake sizes, like percentage betting or unit betting. It's all about finding the sweet spot that keeps your bankroll intact while allowing for meaningful returns.
Just like in the stock market, diversification is the name of the game. Don't put all your eggs in one betting basket. Spread the risk across different sports, events, or bet types. This way, if one bet goes belly up, you won't be left weeping into your beer. It's like a well-balanced portfolio. A mix of favorites, underdogs, and different markets gives you a solid foundation for success. Hedging might sound like something you do with garden trimmers, but it's a valuable strategy in sports betting too. Picture this: you've got a big bet riding on a team, and they're leading with only minutes to go. The sensible move might be to place a smaller bet on the other team, ensuring a guaranteed win or minimizing potential losses. It's all about being savvy and protecting your bankroll when the situation calls for it.
So, as you embark on your own sports betting adventure, remember to embrace the highs and the lows. Learn from every win and every loss. Stay humble and never stop honing your craft. Cheers to mastering the art of sports betting, my friends. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you for joining us at the sportsanalysis.ai.com podcast. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share our podcast with your sports-minded friends. Make sure to check out our sports tutorials and AI-generated sports predictions at our website at sportsanalysis.ai.com.